create a new inventory model in the Flex5 app, you can either go to the hamburger menu and under the inventory section hit New Inventory Model, or you can use your Quick Launcher app if you have that available as one of your settings. If you don't, you could always just click the cogwheel and make sure that New Inventory Model is checked. When I tap that, you get the New Inventory Model form just like you do in the Flex desktop version. And most of the same information is there for you to fill out. So I can give it a name, a short name, shorthand, manufacturer. I'm not going to go through what all of these mean. We have different videos on YouTube where you can look into what all of these do and what all of them mean. I just want to show you how it works in the new app. If I want to turn things on like track running hours or line mute by default, it's just a little toggle switch. You can enter replacement costs, purchase costs. And just like when you saw when we were creating a new contact, there are certain fields that need us to select something. So when I hit that line, it's going to give me a selector widget. So this is the group that I want to add the new inventory to. And the currently selected group will be the last thing that I tapped on. So right now, audio would be the currently selected group. But if I tap microphones, that's now the currently selected group. And if I tap something that doesn't have any child groups, then Flex will just assume that that's the group I want it to go to because that was the bottom of the line. But again, if I'm adding that to just video, then I would just hit video, then hit done, and now that would be the primary group. Could also choose an icon, and this is just coming from the same icon library that you have set up in your desktop version. And then of course the other required field is your preset, and this will just be serialized model, non-serialized, virtual, etc. And here's all the other information that I can put in there if I want. I'll tap create. That creates the inventory model and will open the full inventory model for me. Before we look at that though, let's also look at some of the information that you can see when you just search. So there's the new inventory that I just created, and this just gives us really quick information about that inventory model. Primary group, purchase costs, if I had weights and measurements, that would all also be listed here. So if I'm searching for just some generic item, like a speaker, I could quickly and easily tap through each one to view the information about those speakers. So that might be helpful if you're trying to make a decision based on purchase or replacement costs or weights and measurements and things like that. At some point too, we'll have on-hand availability on this screen too, but for now we don't have that available. If I want to open the whole inventory model, I just tap Open Inventory Model. But I could also specifically go to certain areas of that full inventory model, like the Serial Units tab or the Schedule tab. And then just like on Contacts, I could edit or delete the inventory model right from the search screen as well. So let's open the full inventory model. This is where you can upload a model image if you want to. You could replace it if there's already one that exists. And again, you will either take a picture with your device or choose from the image library on your device. So if it's the first time you're doing it, just make sure that you grant access to the device or for the app to use the device's camera and library. We also have the full model information here that shows almost everything. And then I could tap through and view quantities per location. I could view all the serial units that are associated with this inventory model, since it's a serialized model. It will show me the barcode, it will show me the current location, and it will show me the serial number if there is one. So let's maybe look at something that has inventory that's in quite a few different places. So this one's out on a job called Retail 2. This one's in my warehouse. This one is marked as sold. This is out on a job called virtual. And you'll notice that if it is red, that means that it is past due. So if we look at this virtual, or this serial unit that's out on this job called virtual, it's not due back till the 22nd, so I don't have that warning. But as soon as the due back date is past due, then that will start showing red here, just so that you can quickly see anything that is past due or should be back in your warehouse. And then as I tap on a serial unit, I could also open the full information about that serial unit. I could view the maintenance log for that unit, which we'll look at in another video, and the scan log as well. If I want to edit the information about that serial unit, I just tap the three-dot menu and hit Edit Unit. And I can also delete the serial unit. But again, just like on the search screen, I could also do that right here from the serial unit list. So I just tap on a unit, and then I could either edit or log maintenance or delete it right from this list without having to open the full thing. If I want to add a new unit, I just hit this Add button right here. Then I can put in the serial number, although that's not required. And just like in Flex Desktop, I can enter a barcode, but if I leave that blank, then Flex will just auto-assign a barcode based on my numbering scheme. And all the information that you're used to, stencil, model, what location is this unit going to live in, which resource type, typically will be rental, purchase dates, etc. And I hit Create, and there's my new serial unit. And the last thing that we can look at on an inventory model view is the schedule. So for this Mackie 450 speaker, I look at the schedule, and this is just showing me the availability that I have based on different quotes, what's scanned out, etc. This is not interactable at this time, so I can't click on this to view additional information. This is just a quick view of, do I have things available or not? So maybe if I look at a different speaker, this JBL for example, I could go straight to the schedule and maybe try to find something that is not available. I don't know if I have something that I could quickly pull up, but if something is not available, then this would just turn red and show you the negative number instead. I can also go forward or backward. I don't know why you'd go backward on a schedule, but you could go forward to look into the future or view week or month view. You could also choose which resource type you're viewing. By default, it will just show the one that's at the top, so rental, but I could also choose to view retail if I happen to have retail quantities of this item. So just to recap, if you want to create a new inventory model, you could do that from your quick launcher or from the hamburger menu. And then you can open an inventory model by searching for it and then hitting Open Inventory Model or any of these to go straight to the respective tab. And then to add new serial units, just go to the Serial Units tab and hit Add and go through the fields to add a new serial unit. And then if you want to delete inventory or a serial unit, you could do that either from the serial units list, choose your serial unit, and then edit or delete here. Or if you're on the actual inventory model, so right now I don't have a serial unit open, I'm just looking at the parent inventory model of the 450, I could hit the three-dot menu to edit or delete this inventory model. And again, I could do all of that from the search screen as well.